morning. My name is Carrie Paleo, and I am proud to be your Executive Director of the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce and your host for the Leveling Up podcast. I'm here today with Devon Hoffman from Sightseeker. We're going to talk all about special events that are happening this summer. I'm going to start off telling you a little bit about some of the events we have going on with our members, and then what our Catalyst Young Professionals group is doing. First off, I have to thank our episode sponsors, Delta Hotels by Marriott, Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, and EJA Moving. So coming up, the Chamber has our business after hours for this month, next week. It is going to be on Thursday, June 16th at Hospice. And I really wanted to talk a little bit about business after hours. They are open to all of our members, but our non-members as well. So if you're a community member watching this and you're interested in what the Chamber does and want to see behind the scenes of a business, I wanted to let you know that all of our business after hours are open to the community. You know, it's really a great way to softly get involved with the Chamber if you haven't been before. There's food, there's drink, there's often giveaways. Hospice has live music. Spencer Morgan will be playing that night. And also sometimes they do giveaways, and they've got some great wine baskets that you'll be in the drawing for if you just show up. So I really urge you to come out. You know, if you like some live music, it's going to be outside under a tent, so we'll hope for a beautiful evening. And we really want to see you at Business After Hours. We don't do a Business After Hours in July because we do a special summer event, which I'll be talking to Devon about in a few minutes. But then we'll be back again in August at Munson Williams Proctor Art Institute. And they have a great new exhibit that's coming up. Norman Rockwell, you can see that if you are a member. They're having a preview party this Friday, but on Saturday it'll be open to the public. And we were just talking about how quintessential Norman Rockwell is, and Utica's kind of that quintessential Norman Rockwell town. So it's a great fitting to the opening of summer, and we hope that you get there to see that exhibit. Something else that's coming up, Utica Monday night is starting their very, very popular Levitt Music concert series, and these are free to the community. The Chamber will be sponsoring the August 1st concert, so we especially want you to come out that night. But they start on Monday, June 20th, and they're every Monday all summer long, free live music, events for the kids. You know, bring down, a chair to sit on or a blanket. There's food vendors, so if you don't have time to grab dinner, you can get it there and experience our downtown with some live, very diverse music bands from all over the place. If you haven't been, you really need to experience that, and we're so excited to be able to host a week this summer. Some other things, the Utica Blue Sox had their home opener this past Saturday. It was a gorgeous night. There was a win, which we're really excited about. They're doing great this season. So we really hope that you can get out to one of those games. And we're happy to have them as a Chamber member. So we really want you to come out and support our home team this summer outside. Also, Empower Pathway has one of their really popular events coming up. It's their Come to the Table, and that is Friday, June 17th. And so we really hope that you this is an event they've done for years. They haven't done it live for a couple of years because of COVID, but they're back and they're really excited to host this event. So you can check out tickets on their website. So just a couple of things that I'm really looking forward to this summer. I want to introduce you now to Devon Hoffman, who works at Sightseeker. He's part of our Catalyst Young Professionals group. And if you're a Chamber member under the age of 40, you are automatically, eligible to be part of our Catalyst group. Devon, tell us a little bit about what the Catalyst group does.
Yeah, so, and thanks, for having me on here today. The Catalyst Group, like you said, of, Chamber member employees under the age of 40, gives us an opportunity to kind of get an experience of being on a board. But further than that, it gives us a chance to get together and support local businesses, support these members of the Chamber, and meet other young professionals and give us a chance to network and kind of see what's going on in our community.
Yeah, and so you are the events chair. So, we kind of talked about some things that were going on with our members. So if you listened carefully, those could all be clues to something coming up. And this is the second year that Devon has organized with his events team a scavenger hunt.
Yep. Yeah, we're really excited. Last year when we were trying to think of what would be a cool activity, and kind of looking at how can we support as many businesses as possible in a short window of time, really a scavenger hunt kind of seemed like a no-brainer. And so it was an absolute blast. We got together, we really, we sort of handpicked who was going to be really good to highlight and businesses to visit. And then we came up with clues around those businesses. And during a 2-hour time window, had these teams go out there and try and figure out as many clues and go and either take a video or a picture at these different businesses. And so, during it, we really were like, okay, we're going to do this again. So it's exciting to kind of see that we're back in that, in that time and have this coming up.
Yeah, so tell us how it works. So you don't, the Catalyst Group is technologically advanced. They're under the age of 40, so this isn't like a check-off paper thing.
Yes. So what's exciting is we found a really easy to use, user-friendly app. It's called EventZ. So that's EventzEE. So we based it on the EventZ app. And so inside the app at 5:30 on the 22nd, all the clues will become available. And there's a title and a description. So the title, the two together kind of give you a feel of what you're looking for, where you should be going. And there's 4 ways that you can, complete a challenge or find the clue, which is to take a picture, take a video. Usually those relate to the place that you're going to be going, so without saying the place, cross the finish line, if that gives any indication of what that might have been, but you took a video of it. But then there's also, scan a QR code, so you might have to do a little bit of seeking to find it, and also just GPS. You just have to show up at the right place. And each of those items is worth points. So in some cases, depending on how far you go or how hard it might have been to find, you get awarded different number of points, and whichever team finds the most clues and gets the most points wins.
Yeah. So tell us about what's a little bit different from last year. So last year we kind of did, it was our first year. We did kind of a soft launch, and we started out right at 5:30, and people could start anywhere. Tell us about how we're going to kind of give people some more information and background, and also network with other people.
We're excited for this year, and like you said, just kind of formatting it a little differently. What we're going to do, and big shout out to Parliament Nightclub, is going to be our starting line and our finish line. 5 p.m., we're going to have all the teams kind of show up, get that first, that first drink, that register, and we'll just kind of go over, hey, here's how this is going to play out. We're going to have all the teams stay together this year and really give them a chance. If it's taking a picture or a video, they're going to do that as a team. And then once that 2-hour window, so that 5:30 to 7:30 window closes, we're going to have everyone come back to Parliament Nightclub while we're sort of tallying all those points up, and then we'll have an opportunity to say, hey, here's, your first and your second place teams. But also, you'll have a chance to, like you said, network and hang out and, have a little bit of a impromptu happy hour there with all the people who were playing.
Yeah, and I kind of want to just touch on this and kind of tie a couple of things together the Chamber has done recently. We just had a series on company culture through our Small Business Council, which members of Devon's team at SiteSeeker really led a conversation on company culture. So this is a great way to get together with coworkers or reward some employees, encourage them to bond. Some of your employees may not be seeing each other on the regular anymore. You may have a situation where some people work from home and some people don't. So it's a really good way to connect and bond with your employees, and for a very low cost, give them a really fun night out and something to do, and to show them all that Utica has to offer. Tell me some other cool things that came out of that company culture, or what you like about working at SiteSeeker.
I really enjoy, SiteSeeker, my coworkers, the management team, and not just for the fun, work that we get to do in our clients, or, there's a lot of great projects that we're a part of. But from like a personal standpoint, we do put such a premium on a work-life balance. So to the example you just kind of said, the ability to say, hey, let's get some people together, let's go play, do a scavenger hunt and find out new businesses, or, find out about, new places we might not known about before. There's really, do that,
Yeah.
and it's always a willingness to, be healthy in and out of work in that sense.
Yeah, and if you are a company that has interns right now and you're trying to show off your company culture and why these employees should stay with you and consider you maybe for a job after they're done with college, this is a really cool thing to kind of just offer them to do, while they're in town and showing off, why Utica is a great place to live, work, and play. So really kind of want to tie that company culture into the whole Catalyst scavenger hunt and something that's unique and different that you can, for a low cost, really have a fun night.
Yeah, and there is like an element where, we'll even have people that are participating who, are like, oh, I know every corner of the area, and then some of these clues where they end up going, they're like, I actually didn't know that was there, and I'm going next week for lunch, or or something along those lines. So you can even either maybe learn some history, or at least learn some businesses and things like that throughout the area too.
Yeah, so that's the first event that we have to talk about. And then the second event is something that we're bringing back. This is the Chamber's 125th year, and the Catalyst Group also always hosts a fun summer cookout, but we're kind of throwing it back this year to do...
We're going to do a clam bake.
Yeah, so that is Thursday, July 21st at Cedar Lake. And tell us a little bit about what that kind of summer event's like. And
yeah, and so the spirit of, like you were saying, how we've done the cookout in the past, again, it's an opportunity to just sort of unwind, network, but have a good time. And so in addition to the clam bake, which sounds delicious and is exciting to think about, we're going to keep with some past favorites and have the opportunity to, do cornhole, and have the opportunity to do a putting contest. And it's right there at Cedar Lake, which is beautiful. And
right, and it's only 10 minutes from New Hartford. So people think that, it's far away, or I don't want to, spend my weekday night trekking out. You are in a beautiful setting that is so close to the city. You kind of get away and unwind for the night and enjoy colleagues and friends and meet some new people and have some good fun and food and golf if you're up for that. There is an opportunity to golf ahead of time, so if you're open to that, you can add that onto your package for the evening. So
yeah, and it's just, again, just from the having, I even remember the last year and years past, the opportunity to see people, whether professionally, that I just hadn't seen in a while, and really just reconnect. How's things been? And it just became such a focal event of, that's where I'm going to have an opportunity to see some people I'm looking forward to talking to.
Yeah, and of course, both of these, we have presenting sponsors for each of these events, so we have to thank them. Our Catalyst Scavenger Hunt is sponsored by Ellis D'Elia, who is the mentor for the Catalyst Group, and the Bank of Utica is the clam bake presenting sponsor. So we have to thank both of those presenting sponsors for their generosity. Otherwise, we couldn't, do all of these things and give our young rising professionals these opportunities to grow and stay in our area. And grow their talent and knowledge here. So the other thing that the Catalyst Group, and you're not the chair of this committee, but you're involved in every aspect of it, but they volunteer together. Yep. So tell us a little bit about the volunteer opportunities that the Catalyst Group has done in the past, or things that are coming up this summer that people can connect with and reach out to us about.
Yeah, and that's another element where it's just great, to kind of support these businesses and these events in another way by just kind of helping out, being a part of it, whether it's behind the scenes or just, with the functionality of an event. So Andrea Card is a great job as the chair there. One of the ones we just had, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we were helping out with the Erie Canal half marathon. And so just working the water station. And I actually was excited to do that because I said I'm going to treat that as Boilermaker training, just by pouring the cups of water. But that's another one that's obviously coming up that we have different volunteer opportunities for Boilermaker, whether it's helping out. Look for the Catalyst group in the golf course. I believe it's on the downhill part, so it'll be an enjoyable time to see them versus the uphill part, but also with the walk on Saturday. You mentioned earlier the Levitt Monday night on August 1st, and so there will be Catalyst members volunteering there. I think it's in 2 weeks. The center has World Refugee Day, and so there's volunteer opportunities there. And then even later in August with things like the Chamber's Choo Choo Open and just kind of helping, get that, off without any issues. So just some of the opportunities that have happened or are coming up.
Yeah, so if you're looking to meet new people and you kind of just want to, get involved slightly, but you may not, you want to go to an event alone, you want to meet some people so you can see them at future events and not walk in with that kind of scary feeling. Actually, my very first Catalyst event when I was the first part of Catalyst was the New York Sash teddy bear toss, and I helped pick up teddy bears. God, it must have been 10 years ago now. And I knew no one. I knew absolutely no one. And the person that I met, who was extremely friendly to me, was moving to Texas like the next week, and we are still friends. We met that one night, and every time he comes back, I can reconnect with him. So, very open, friendly, engaging group, and I'm still, connected to most of those people to this day from that one volunteer experience. So
yeah, same. In starting the same, just go into business after hours. Met, what I would consider a core group of friends that I still have, today. And then to be able to join onto the Catalyst board was exciting. And then even to take a chair position, just kind of strengthened the opportunity to meet great people. And I've learned even more than I could have expected about not just the area, but the businesses.
Yeah. And you used a word meet. We have meetups. The Catalyst group has meetups. So again, very informal. If you want to get added to our distribution list for all of these things, right when you go to the Chamber's website, greateruticachamber.org, there's a pop-up that comes up, and you can register for email lists for the entire Chamber, for the Catalyst Young Professionals group, or for our What's Up State initiative. So if you're interested in any of those opportunities and kind of being in the loop, please sign up for that email list, because I'll give you all the up-to-date information. And if you're just specifically interested in things for Catalyst, there is a checkbox that you can check off that you want to know more about Catalyst. And I think there's a misconception that there's a huge time commitment to being in Catalyst, and it's just the steering committee. But the steering committee organizes these things, and then it's open to membership. So.
Yep.
Yeah, and if you're not a member, there's ways for you to be involved too. Like I said, our events are open to the entire community. The Chamber exists to connect the community, and this is just one way that we do that. So if you're not yet a member, we do, for most of our things, there's a couple of things like our annual meeting, but for almost everything, it's open to the entire community, and there's ways for you to get involved for our future members. Yeah, I like that. So, yeah, other things that you want to... Did I miss anything of our points that we were going to cover today, Devon?
I think that covered it. If you're interested in the scavenger hunt or learning more about it, you can go through the Chamber's website on events.
The 10th. What are we going to tell everybody about the 10th?
Oh, yes, yes. Sorry. So, yes, if there's
an incentive
to get signed up by the 10th, which would be this Friday, and that's going to be your team will start out with 10 points. And so, like I said, as you find the clues, you get points. You'll already be on the leaderboard with 10 points if you sign your team up by Friday.
Yeah, so kind of like an early registration incentive. And we'll take registrations all the way up to the day of at the event. So, but if you want to be, kind of crowned, and we actually made crowns last year, the greatest Utican, and they were some really fun Utica Club crowns that we made out of a Utica Club box. And crowned our winners. So if you want that crown, register early. You'll get 10 extra points. Thank you so much, Devon, for being here with me today to kind of cover some of the highlights of things looking up this summer. This is my last episode of the season. We'll be busy doing all of these things and planning them all summer long, and then we'll be back with guests in the fall. So you can look for us in the fall season coming in September. Thank you so much. You can check everything out that we talked about today, greateruticachamber.org. And as always, I have to say thank our platinum sponsors who support everything we do here at the Chamber: the Keller Bourbon Center, Master Vito Hyundai, MVHS, Staffworks, and Platinum Nightclub, which is our starting and finishing spot for the scavenger hunt, which is going to be Wednesday, June 22nd. You don't want to miss it. It's so much fun. I mean, I ran into some of the participants last night at one of our ribbon cuttings, and she was just telling me how much fun she had, and she can't wait to do it again. So we hope to see you there. Thanks, and stay kind to Utica.